Welcome back. That was Taking the Farm from War on Drugs. I think they were a band that was probably like, man, we have an awesome name. People were like, great name, like catchy. I'm not gonna War on Drugs. I'm not gonna forget it. And then one day, they created a MySpace page for themselves or something, and they were like, oh, let's see if there are any other bands named War on Drugs. They're like, good news and bad news. Good news is there's not. The bad news is there's a lot of other hits for that phrase. This is gonna be a tough one. Even finding that video, or finding any video for that song, is in a bit of an uphill battle. That is the video the gentleman there made is called "The Adventures of Mr. Chicago." That's probably one of my favorite homemade videos that I've encountered. And that's generally what we're doing here on the Sweet Factory. Put together a playlist of some songs, that you could jam out like you're listening to the radio too. But the videos I look for are sort of home movies and things of that like, put together by YouTube users like myself. So yeah, that's it. I think I was realizing, I probably was inspired a little by when I was growing up. My mom took a bunch of, well, mostly before I was born. I think in the 70s, she used to shoot a lot of Super 8 film or high 8 millimeter, 8 millimeter, third 8 millimeter, 8 millimeter, and just like her and her friends hanging out or family gatherings, and there's a bike-a-thon. And so at some point in like the late 80s, she had all this film that she hadn't, projected in years and years. And so she brought it to, we had a place in the neighborhood called Family Video. And they went through the stuff and cut together like a 45-minute, I think it was 40, maybe it was like at least half an hour VHS cassette of just, family footage, friends footage. And I always remember, I think the beginning and end were set to the Allman Brothers' Jessica. And so whenever I've heard that song, on classic rock radio, or, you're buying weed from someone or whatever, and they have it on. And whenever I hear it, it's like, oh my God, it's like all these the images of my family before I knew them, before I was born, start flipping through my head. So I don't know. I like that these now exist on YouTube, and trying to figure out a way to, I don't know, to do this thing. So that's my story. I can't wait till like the show is in such high gear that I don't have to explain what it is every episode. Because it's like, what's the funniest joke? One that you have to explain, right? Isn't that like that joke? I was saying that's like a bad kind of joke. I was kind of being sarcastic or ironic. See, wasn't it? It's funny, right? It's funnier because I got to. So yeah, this episode's called 92 Sandwich because we started off a little 92, and we're gonna find out what might be my favorite single of 92. I don't know. Could be. Coming up at the end. But what else do we have in that set? We had Pavement, Rattled by the Rush, and then we started off with a couple of French tunes. Air, of course, with Alpha Beta Gaga. Always love a good whistler. And then Serge Gainsbourg, along with Brigitte Bardot, doing Bonnie and Clyde. Of course, I have a soft spot because Bonnie is a fellow Parker. So shout out to her. Um, yeah. It's funny. I've been thinking about naming my daughters Bonnie and Dorothy, or Bonnie, or one of them, Bonnie or Dorothy. Dorothy Parker, of course, famous literary humorist. Biting. I just know there's a movie about her mostly. I couldn't really get through her book, but I never think about Charlie. Never think about Charlie. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. And in between, we had a couple other little French clips. Something called a French waterfall there. Some some young ladies met some Frenchmen and put them in the shower. I think it was pretty PG-13 though. Maybe like PG-15. And then we learned that when French people say winner, it sounds like wiener. And someone made a YouTube video of that, and 800,000 people have watched it. But they might not know how to say winner like wieners, but they sure do say Parker like wieners. Got it? Good. Okay. Let's get back to the music. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Billy Hot Chocolate. Up next, we have... Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah, let's go. We went to France. Let's go to Canada. Alright, got a little Gordon. I don't know how long you can watch this video for, but try your best. My name is Billy Hot Chocolate. You're listening to the Sweet Factory here on YouTube.